Well, we originally chose Richard Thomas because it was a small business. In the past I'd had a bad experience with two very large companies, and we particularly wanted something that was small and more personable, really. Also the locality, because it was near here, we felt that was a good thing. The one thing that really did reassure us with going with Richard Thomas was the fact that all the workmen in the team were very experienced. It was all very professionally run, and we were very impressed. Everybody worked really well as a team, nothing was too much trouble, very clean workers, so everything was very slick and very well coordinated. There was no overlap, it all ran very smoothly, and the whole team were great, and the conservatory was done with minimal mess. We're very impressed with the whole team.
I think, well, when we wanted to have the work done, we knew we wanted an additional room that could be used all year round, be a big living space for the family to grow in. We didn't want to move house, so we knew the boxes we needed to tick. So we did a bit of internet research, found out that these kind of products were now available because they weren't new then. Put a few feelers out, and you got back to us the quickest and really quickly. We really liked the idea of working with a local company as well. That was quite important to us. And it was basically going through the process. I can remember the January evenings when it was sort of dark and thinking about what it would be like in the summer, but going through the process of design, what we wanted, moving things around, changing things and mending things. It was really simple, and it was convenient in the evening because we both work in the days. So for us, it was a smooth but also quite exciting process, because you are investing in your house, and you don't want it to feel like a chore. You want to look at the pictures and think, that's going to look great on the back.
But also, I think when we were looking at the internet, we were also looking at reviews, customer reviews. And actually, we were really impressed with the Richard Thomas reviews. We didn't know the company beforehand, but that was what prompted us to make our first appointment.
Quality of the builders, the plasterers, electricians, the plumbers, the fitters, and then the management from the office and the site visits. How was that? How did that come across?
I was really impressed with the builder. I think you had 2 building teams, you did at the time, and the building team we were given were fabulous from start to finish, and we changed our minds on quite a few things, even the bricks, and they were very accommodating, very happy to bring more samples round. They were also very patient with us, we were working out where to put radiators and so on, so the electrician was very good, very helpful. So yeah, it was very straightforward.
And the key thing for us, certainly for me, was having one point of project management contact, because you're absolutely right. A project like this, you have builders, you have ground workers, you have installers, electricians, plasterers, plumbers, you name it. And the thought of actually having to try and coordinate all of those tradesmen and say, right, so you're going to finish on the Tuesday, you'll come on the Wednesday, it wouldn't have been possible for us, because as I say, we've got 2 children working, so just having one point of contact that could tell us it's Wednesday, so it'll be builders, and then the plumbers will be coming then, so you need to have the radiators chosen for that point. And on that note, the radiators we chose, he was able to advise us weren't going to be quite right for the space, and we just help us pick the right thing. So it really was a process we sort of felt looked after all the way through.
5 years ago, I bought a house in Christchurch. It needed a little bit of extra space, so I looked at buying a conservatory. I found Richard Thomas, went and saw the guys. We had a discussion about the materials that would be part and parcel of the whole construction. We employed electricians through the scheme of works, and the whole thing coordinated and provided me with a complete fantastic space. Some 5 years later, I moved along the road, ironically, and there was a conservatory there, and I just needed to upgrade it, give it a bit more sort of a modern look to it. So I had a new roof put on and a few other bits and pieces, and actually it's a marvellous space. I've been totally delighted throughout the few months it's been erected. During that period of liaison, design, approvals, construction, integrating all the services came within, just been seamless. We had no problems whatsoever.
When we first moved here, we had thought that one of the things we were looking for in our new home was a conservatory. But this house was perfect in every other way except that it didn't have a conservatory. So it was first on the list of things to do when we moved. We looked around, we had moved from a different area and we didn't know local businesses. So we looked around, particularly on the internet, to find someone we could trust, who could come and build our new conservatory, because it was important to us. We tried 3 or 4 firms, to be honest, and we settled most definitely on Richard Thomas. They were very thoughtful and considerate when they came to visit us. When the work started, we were given dates and times of when the various work people would come and do the different parts of the build. And during that time, everybody came on the right day, at the right time, and occasionally we had a telephone call just to check that that was still convenient, and the whole work went through exactly as planned. Everybody who was involved was really considerate and really thoughtful about what they did. They worked hard, they were clean and tidy. The whole process was completed with no fuss at all, no problems arose. The conservatory we now have is exactly as we want it, and we're very, very pleased.
Can I ask, why did you choose Richard Thomas Conservatories and Windows?
Well, we've done a lot of research ourselves, both with recommendations and viewing some extensions around the area, and also on the internet. And the reviews on your website, which came across as genuine, and particularly then Check Trader, because they are independent, and whatever's posted on there, I know they're verified. And then we met yourself, Ben, and the feelings we got from you, you were very professional, you knew what we were looking for, perhaps before we did. So that's really why.
Correct.
And we've been more than happy with everything that's been done.
That's great, Doreen. And what's so positive, I think, and so beneficial these days about modern extensions is the glazing features. So although it's signed off under building control, it's deemed as an extension so it can function as a bedroom or a dining room, and it adds equity to the property. You still can have these bifold sweeping doors and the roof lantern that makes it actually officially an orangery, which floods in the light. How are you finding the functionality of the room?
It's really wonderful, because the space that it's given us, but it's the light that floods into the room, as you said. It makes the room even, seems larger than it actually is. And when the bifolding doors are open, I know it's a cliche, but everyone says the garden is in your room, and it really is. With the lantern roof and the bifolding doors, it is like having the outside inside your home. So it's beautiful, and the whole family have been delighted with it, particularly my grandson, who now has so much room to run around and play and just be here. So it's lovely. We don't believe that another company could have done this for us. So thank you, Ben, and to all the guys, the workers and staff and everyone.
That's a pleasure. Thanks, Doreen.
I've done a number of building projects over the years, refurbishing houses, and had a background in surveying, albeit not practicing any longer. And I've seen a lot of companies come and go, and I've used a lot of tradespeople over the years. I went to Richard Thomas Windows and Conservatories for fascias, soffits and gutterings on a new project I was doing in Southbourne, where we'd taken the roof off a house, putting a new roof structure on, and therefore we needed replacement gutters, soffits, downpipes and all those bits and pieces. And I went to them for a number of reasons. One, there's lots of companies out there who claim to have good products, but I was impressed with the product. It was a genuinely good product. Secondly, I got very good service. The level of service right the way through, from quoting through to completion, was excellent. Project management was good. The team of guys who came on the right day, they came at the right time, and they left when they said they would leave as well, 2 days later with the job finished, which nowadays is quite difficult to find. So I was very pleased with how that was done. And the product was good. The workmanship was excellent. That really was very, very good stuff which they did there. It was well put together. The detailing was good. I'm a bit of a stickler for detailing, and I liked the attention to detail which was in there, even down to things like specifying stainless steel screws, because the house is very near a salty air environment. and those being used on the downpipes. So all in all, a very good job, well done. Thank you, Richard Thomas Windows and Conservatories.